Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This announcement is for passengers who purchase any duty-free items such as perfumes, liquors, or cosmetics. Items are now ready for collection at gate A19. Can you please do collect your items before you proceed for boarding? Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Singapore Airlines 235 to Brisbane is now ready for boarding. We shall be boarding the flight by class of travel and seat road numbers. Please board only when your class of travel and seat road numbers has been called. Our further announcement is inviting business class passengers. Passengers having business class are invited to board the aircraft now to gate A19. Please do have your passport and boarding passes ready in hand for verification before you proceed for boarding. All other passengers kindly remain seated till the next boarding announcement is made. Our next boarding announcement for Singapore Airlines 235 to Brisbane is for our Singapore Airlines PPS Club members and our elite gold card holders to board the aircraft. Inviting families that are having young children or infants and passengers who require special assistance joining Singapore Airlines 235 to Brisbane can be proceed forward now to gate A19.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Singapore Airlines. Please note that all hand luggage that cannot be securely stowed in the open compartment will need to be checked in now. You're also reminded to take care of your personal belongings and valuables at all times. Thank you.
Cabin crew all doors are closed. Ladies and gentlemen, all portable electronic devices must now be put in flight safe mode. Other larger electronic devices like laptops will need to be securely stored. Do also note that the use of electronic cigarettes and smoking is not allowed in the aircraft at all times. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. My name is James Peng, your pilot. On behalf of Singapore Airlines, my crew on board, I'd like to welcome you on board SQ235, bound for Brisbane, Australia. In the flight deck with me is Senior Force Officer Gary Koh, and in the cabin we have Mr. Goh and 10 other cabin crew out in flight, and Mr. Goh, our in-flight supervisor, with the 10 other cabin crew, will ensure you be well looked after. The flight time today is 7 hours and 25 minutes. We're expecting a smooth flight. However, time to time we may encounter bumpy conditions, so whenever seated, please have your seatbelt fastened. If you'd like to follow the progress of our flight, it's available on our in-flight entertainment system of our Flight Path channel. We're waiting for air traffic clearance and we should be on our way very shortly. Thank you very much for your attention.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Singapore Airlines, Flight SQ235 to Brisbane. We are pleased to be carrying passengers of Star Alliance and codeshare partners. Our Criswell entertainment system is now available. Please refer Criswell magazine in your seat pocket for this month's selection. We wish you a pleasant flight.
Cabin crew, arm all doors. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we take off, it is important that you give your attention to the safety video which will be commencing very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be dimming the cabin lights for takeoff. Thank you.
Main crew to your takeoff stations, please. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened and your window shades are drawn up. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign has been turned off. For your safety, always keep your seatbelt fastened while seated. Please be advised that whenever seatbelt sign is turned on, toilets should not be used and you must return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Infants have to be carried out from the bassinets and secured with infant seatbelts. If you're using a blanket, do fasten your seatbelt over your blanket. We apologize that we're unable to serve hot beverages whenever seatbelt sign is turned on. Electronic devices may be used in flight safe mode. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we're encouraging turbulence, please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt. For safety, toilets should not be used at this time. Parents, please carry infant out from the bassinet. They should be secured with infant seatbelt. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Parents, please carry infant out from the bassinet. Thank you.
We are presently experiencing light bumpy conditions, as this is due to the weather built up along our track. And this will probably last about 25 minutes to 30 minutes. So with the seatbelt sign has been turned on and please return to your seats, have your seatbelt fastened, and cabin crew will be suspending all cabin services until further notice. Thank you very much for your understanding.
Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your seat and fasten your seat belts. Parents, please carry your infants out from the bassinets. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before arrival in Brisbane, this is an important message from the Australian government. Australia has strict biosecurity laws that affect you. You will receive an incoming passenger card that asks questions about what you are bringing to Australia and places you have visited. You must answer these questions truthfully. It is a legal document and a false statement may result in a penalty. It will be checked by an official on your arrival. You must mark yes on the card if you have certain food, plant and animal products or equipment or shoes used in rivers and lakes or with soil attached. Food supply on board must be left on board. After any international travel, there may be a small chance that you have been exposed to a communicable disease. If you are feeling unwell, particularly with fever, chills, and sweats, it is important for your own health and for the protection of others that you bring this to the attention of a crew member. Do also note there are restrictions on the carriage of liquids, aerosols, and gels in hand luggage for all passengers transferring to international flights from Australian airports. Duty-free items purchased on board or at Singapore Changi Airport are also subject to these restrictions. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before arrival in Brisbane, this is an important message from the Australian government. Australia has strict biosecurity laws that affect you. Your crew will issue you 2 documents which you must complete. This document will also be available in the terminal on your arrival. The first document will be a travel history card. This card will ask you if you have traveled to Africa in the past 21 days. The card will also contain important health information on Ebola. It is extremely important that you answer this honestly to protect you, your family, and members of the community. If you have traveled to Africa in the past 21 days, you must answer yes. On the basis of the information provided, you may be identified as being required to attend to a quarantine inspection after disembarkation at a place specified by a quarantine officer. On arrival, provide this card to an officer who will give you directions. A false statement to a Commonwealth public official may result in a penalty. The second document that you will receive is an incoming passenger card, which asks questions about what you are bringing to Australia and places you have visited. You must mark yes on your incoming passenger card if you have certain food, plant, animal products, or equipment or shoes used in rivers, lakes, or with soil attached. Food supply on board must be left on board. You must answer this card truthfully. This card is a legal document, and a false statement may result in a penalty. It will be checked by an official on your arrival. After any international travel, there may be a small chance that you have been exposed to a communicable disease. If you are feeling unwell, particularly with fever, chills, or sweats, it is important for your own health and for the protection of others that you bring this to the attention of a crew member. Do also note there are restrictions on the carriage of liquids, aerosols, and gels in hand luggage for all passengers transferring to international flights from Australian airports. Duty-free purchase on board or at Singapore Changi Airport are also subject to these restrictions. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is your captain speaking. We are presently about 173 miles west of Brisbane International Airport of Australia. And within the next 3 minutes or so, we should be commencing our descent. The weather reported over the airport is presently of rain and light southeasterly winds with a temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and overcast condition. And we should be expecting some light bumpy conditions on our descent and also towards our final approach. For those who like to adjust your timepieces, there's a 2-hour time difference between Singapore and Brisbane. The time now is 6:29 in the morning, and we should be touching down at about 7:05 in the morning. On behalf of Singapore Airlines, my crew on board, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly on Singapore Airlines, and it has been a pleasure to have you on board. Thank you. Cabin crew, prepare for arrival.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are landing shortly, please return to your seat, put your seat back upright, and secure your tray table, handset, and footrest. Window shades should also be drawn up. Please also ensure that your hand luggage is securely stowed. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your seat, put your seat back upright, and fasten your seat belt. Secure your tray table, handset, and footrest. Make sure your window shades are drawn up. All portable electronic devices must be in flight safe mode. Electronic devices such as laptops must now be stowed. As a safety requirement, please also note where the emergency exits are located. Please note that the in-flight entertainment system will be automatically turned off upon landing. We will be dimming the cabin lights for landing. Thank you.
Cabin crew, we are approaching bumpy conditions soon. In about 1 minute. Please return to your seat. Cabin crew, to your landing stations, please. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please ensure that your seatbelt is securely fastened for landing. Thank you. Welcome to Brisbane, ladies and gentlemen. The local time is 7:02 in the morning on Friday, 20th of February. The temperature is 23 degrees Celsius, 74 degrees Fahrenheit. You may use your mobile phones and tablets. However, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off. When leaving the aircraft, please take care when opening the overhead compartments and check that you have not left anything behind on your seat and in your seat pocket. If you need assistance at the airport, please approach our ground staff after disembarkation. Passengers with connecting flights may also approach the ground staff for assistance. It's been our pleasure serving you on this flight. Thank you for flying Singapore Airlines, a member of Star Alliance.
Cabin crew, please select doors to disarm. Thank you.